By the late 1950s, the civil rights movement had grown from scattered protests into a force that could no longer be ignored. Every bus boycott, every sit-in, every march was not just a protest. It was a direct challenge to a system decades in the making. Rosa Parks' refusal to give up her seat in Montgomery was more than a single act of courage. It ignited a nationwide conversation about justice, dignity, and human rights. Martin Luther King Jr. emerged as the voice of a generation, but the movement was never just about one man. It was built on the courage of countless individuals, ordinary people, risking their lives for a vision that seemed impossible. Sit-ins at lunch counters, freedom rides through hostile territory, and the iconic March on Washington brought the struggle into the spotlight. Television screens across America revealed what books could not: the raw injustice, the bravery, and the determination of a people demanding change. And yet, for every victory the system adapted. The Civil Rights Act of 1964 outlawed segregation. The Voting Rights Act of 1965 protected the ballot. Landmark legislation promised equality. But beneath the surface, the patterns of inequality persisted. Neighborhoods remained segregated. School funding disparities continued. Economic opportunity was uneven. Even as laws changed, human behavior, financial structures, and political systems shifted in ways that often kept the old hierarchies intact. This was the untold legacy. Victory on paper did not immediately translate to victory in reality. But make no mistake, progress had been made. The movement proved that change is possible, that courage can disrupt entrenched systems, that ordinary people, when organized and determined, can challenge injustice. And yet, the work did not end. Generations later, we are still living with the consequences of both the victories and the unfinished battles. Segregation evolved, inequality transformed, patterns repeated. The story of the civil rights movement is not only about what was won, it is also about what remains to be won. So, what can we take from this history? First, courage matters. Individual acts of defiance can ignite national change. Second, systems are resilient. Fighting injustice requires not just victories, but vigilance. Third, history repeats itself if we ignore its lessons. Understanding the past is the key to shaping a better future. As you reflect on this story, ask yourself, what invisible systems today are shaping our lives? What injustices are quietly persisting? And what part can you play in challenging them? The civil rights movement may have started decades ago, but its legacy continues. The fight for equality is never finished, and the responsibility to act is always ours. Because understanding the untold legacy is not enough, action is what turns history into progress. And if this story opened your eyes, remember, the next step begins with curiosity, awareness, and courage.